All right, here we are. Welcome to the first info session of 2025. Now, I know that a lot of you can't make it to an info session that's been held in the middle of the day on a Tuesday, which is why I'm recording. And hello to you watching the recordings. I do normally have most of my views in the recordings. And I'm just want to say thank you so much for signing up for this, for watching this. I'm so excited that you're interested in starting a bake from home business. How exciting! It's probably going to be one of the best decisions you'll ever make to follow your heart, follow your passion, do something that's a little bit scary, but going to give you so much, experience and cool encounters, and yeah, let you be your own boss. So I'm Helen Marshall, but everyone calls me H, so please call me H. Even my dad calls me H, and I'm the founder of Primal Alternative. And since August 2016, I've helped more than 335 home bakers start a new business from the comfort of their own kitchens. So I would like to move along my tiles now, please. Uh, yeah, It's live, okay? Can you tell? If I go to this one and then go back to that one, there we go. Okay, I'm rolling again. It's all G. All right. So each one of these primalistas has had different motivations for starting their own business. So I want to know, what are yours? So let me know in the chat. I'm guessing you've either lost your passion for your 9 to 5 job and you need a change, or maybe you've started a family and you want to make some extra income in your free time. Free time. What's that? When you've got a family? Or maybe you'd like to build a side hustle doing something you enjoy. Maybe you've always been interested in becoming your own boss. Maybe you haven't achieved the career goals or the fulfillment, satisfaction that you set out for yourself with your career. Or maybe it's a bit of all of the above. So, whatever the reason, you're in the right place. I'm going to share with you the exact steps that you can take to build a freedom-based business, baking delicious food from your very own kitchen. How cool is that? Now, the method that I'm going to, let me know if you can see that in your thing or not. And let's see if I just get the chat up. Many of the above reasons. Thank you, Shelley. That's awesome. Hopefully you can't see the chat either, but let me know. So don't worry about feeling like, oh, I'm not sure if I've got what it takes to be successful, because the method I'm going to outline has worked time and time again. You don't need to stress over where you should begin, whether you've got the right sales and marketing skills, whether you can create a product people like enough to pay money for, because I know you do already have what it takes. You absolutely do. All you need is a little guidance and support on your journey, and you will be able to achieve those goals in no time at all. Just welcoming in more people. Hey, Beck. And now I'm stuck again. There we go. All right. So I've written this info session to help make your path to success as simple and straightforward as possible. So in the next 45 minutes or so, you are about to discover the exact state. Should I put my teeth back in? The exact steps you can take to build a successful baking business from home. What you absolutely must do if you want to grow your side hustle into a full-time business, how to choose the right equipment to ensure you bake super tasty cafe quality food from home, and the most common mistakes new business owners make and why over half of them fail within the first 3 years, so that you don't need to make those mistakes as well. So, in about 45 minutes or so, you're going to have all the information you need to begin your own baking journey and grow your own super successful baking business from the ground up. So, let's get started. The 5 steps to build your bake from home business. Baking your own successful, building your own successful baking business from home can be a daunting thought, right? And I'm not going to lie, You're going to need to roll your sleeves up, and at times it will be challenging. You'll need to put in the hard work, but achieving success can be a lot more manageable when you break down the process into smaller stages. So I've condensed everything you need to know into 5 easy to follow steps, and here they are. Step one, come up with a plan. A plan is really vital if you're going to succeed in your bake from home business. To start off, you're going to need to decide what type of baking business you want to create. So ask yourself, what do you want to sell? Who do you want to sell it to? Bread, cookies, jam, pickles, cakes without cream, pizza, bases, granola, and slices. There is like literally so many foods you can bake from home. Food made from your home kitchen must be able to be classed as low risk and not potentially hazardous. So you wouldn't be able to make and sell high risk foods, such as a lady I was speaking to this morning wants to make carrot cake with the cream cheese frosting. Well, you wouldn't be able to do that because that's dairy and that's high risk. Other high risk foods are things like meat or liquids. So deciding what products to choose can be a difficult first task. You want to choose foods that people want to regularly have because they're going to have that steady form of income, and also that are low risk and not too time consuming for you. So something that would be an opposite uh, food product that people would want to buy, but kind of quite seasonally and sporadically would be cakes or wedding cakes. And that's going to take those sorts of those sorts of food businesses can take a lot of time to produce those products, and it can be kind of one-off orders. So if you're looking for a regular, steady, reliable form of income, you want to choose foods that people are going to order regularly, and that's going to be quite easy for you to crack out quite a lot of products in one go. So other examples of time-consuming products are things like sourdough bread. Definitely a demand for it, but there's lots of kneading, proving, and rising with that. And as I mentioned before, decorated cakes. It takes time to make a cake look pretty, but people don't want to pay too much for them. And they're only going to need them during wedding seasons or the occasional birthday. So there are a few reasons that I believe healthy alternatives are a really good choice to have for your bake from home business. Firstly, the market is growing. Many Aussies have lost faith in the big supermarket brands. In fact, according to a survey by market research experts Play MR, 59% of people believe that natural products meet their dietary requirements much better than regular supermarket foods. Would you agree with that? And on top of that, 45% said that the range of natural food options in the supermarket is insufficient. So there's definitely space to enter the market. People are craving authentic homemade food. Our Primalistas report that demand for their healthy baked alternatives has not dropped during these past 5 years, is it now, of uncertain times. And that's because food is a necessity and people are willing to pay for what they need and what they value. So, despite what business experts have said, having a low cost side hustle has proven to be a new form of job security. And secondly, job satisfaction, right? Amazing. Baking healthy food is a cool feeling. What do I mean? I mean, it feels fantastic to help people improve their health and wellness through real food. And at the end of the day, you can lie your head down on your pillow knowing that what you do benefits your community. Plus, it's so much easier to sell something that you believe in. If you have a love for clean eating and healthy living, then baking yummy, nutritious food is the way to go. So let's talk about step two, taking care of the paperwork, right? As exciting as it is to start your own business, there are some tedious tasks you have to take care of before you get to the fun part. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, stick around until the end because I do have a giveaway of some Primal Alternative goodies for one of the lucky live attendees. So let's go back to the boring old paperwork. These are the things you're going to need to nut out before you can be open for business and baking and selling. So you need to register your business. You'll need to apply for an ABN, that's an Australian business number. And that's a unique number that identifies your business to the government, as well as other people you do business with, like your suppliers. You'll need to create your brand name and look. Your brand name will promote recognition of your product in the community. So when a customer sees your product, a product that features your brand, they're going to know what to expect. You'll get your food business license. So, to bake from home, your kitchen needs to be inspected by a local environmental health officer. And you'll need a food business registration before you start baking. Surfaces need to be sealed, and ingredients need to be stored in rodent-free containers like plastic. You'll need to organize insurance. So, you'll need product and public liability insurance, and that's vital for any bake from home business because it will protect you in the event someone is harmed by one of your products. For example, if they get sick after eating something you've baked. Now, that's obviously something no one ever expects to happen, but you need to be covered in the unlikely event that it does. Which insurer you go with is a personal choice, and I recommend doing an online search and comparing prices as well as what's covered before taking out a policy. Step three, we're rattling through it, right? Now comes the fun part. It's time to turn on your food processor, whip out your apron, and get baking. I think a good place to start is with your family cookbook. So pick out your favorite recipes and see if you can substitute ingredients to make things healthier. For example, maybe you could substitute regular flour with almond flour to create something that's yummy and more gut friendly. Or find other ways of sweetening your recipes, like using maple syrup instead of sugar. Substitutions can give a fresh take on popular staples and provide people with tasty, healthy alternatives. And once you're at a stage where you feel comfortable with the quality of the food you're producing, you can round up your friends and family and test out the recipes. If you've got kids who are fussy eaters, perfect. There's no better test for your recipes than with a fussy eater, right? And if they like your food, almost everyone else will too. And now, if you struggle to find enough recipes to make, remember, inspiration can come from anywhere in your life. If your recipes are personal or they allow you to cook something you love yourself, you'll have way more fun doing it and find it easier to sell them to customers. To give you an example, I'll briefly explain how I created my recipes. So, way back in 2014, so over a decade ago, I suffered a health crisis and I needed to ditch grains, sugar, and seed oils in favor of whole foods, sunshine, sleep, and nature. And the results were incredible. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to get,
Sorry.
yeah, if everyone can just mute, that would be great. I think that's all good. Yeah. Hi there, though, by the way. Um, yeah, so after I had my health crisis and changed to a primal diet, the results were literally life-changing. I felt more focused and had way more energy than I had in years, right? And after that, shortly after that, I became a primal health coach to help other people reclaim their quality of life just by making the same dietary and lifestyle changes. However, people found the lifestyle difficult to follow. They couldn't go without comforting staples like pizza, bread, cookies, and pastry. And they begged me to create a new batch of recipes. And after many long hours in the kitchen, I finally prevailed. And people loved the food so much that I decided to sell my products. I wanted to see, um, if you wanted to see the sorts of products that we sell and that I created, you're seeing them in the slides here. So I'd created some basic stuff for our family because we couldn't cope without pizzas and granolas and toast and things like that. And then I just started to introduce them to my health coaching clients, like at little meetups we would have. And then that side of the business just really took off. It was so much easier for people to just swap what they were eating, like swap this bread for that bread and get results versus trying to figure it out themselves, cook everything themselves from scratch. Joe Witten from Quirky Cooking, give me a hands up if you're a fan of Joe Witten. She was at a seminar in Melbourne just last week, and she was saying, telling her attendees that, they really need to get to read the labels, need to make everything from scratch themselves. And if you didn't want to make everything from scratch yourself, you need to know labels and understand ingredients and how Primal Alternative can be such a trusted brand when you can't physically do everything yourself from scratch. So it's a really good quality outsource, is how Alex Stewart from Low Tox Life describes the Primal Alternative products, and delicious. Absolutely delicious, which I think is the most important thing, isn't it? Right. So here we go. Step 4, get ready to sell. And now, there we go. So for baked goods, one of the most effective methods of selling is via stockists. So that's a business that stocks and sells your product and they get a percentage of the profits. The stockists you approach is going to depend on your intended target market and the food you want to bake. So if you're selling healthy food, you could try places like health food shops, IGAs, your independent grocers, organic or whole food cafes, farmers markets, gourmet pizza shops, wineries, co-ops, local fresh food or veggie boxes, meal delivery services. Like it's almost endless, the sorts of places that you could sell into. And Primalistas have also had success selling their products via Facebook and personal websites. You'll also need to implement a marketing strategy to build your brand and reach your customers. So you could look at starting a social media channel, building a website, and setting up branded signage for a market stall. One strategy many primalistas find successful is influencer marketing. So this is where you approach a social media influencer or someone in the community and offer to give them some free products in return for an endorsement if they like your products. And think of it a bit like word of mouth, digital word of mouth. And if they have a lot of loyal followers, that word about your business will spread really quickly. The Primal Alternative brand has grown to become a trusted household brand, and that's thanks to our collaboration with people like Chef Pete Evans, Quirky Cooking, Low Tox Life, Well Belly Health, and numerous endorsements from naturopaths, nutritionists, and doctors. And that really helps our primalistas and would help you gain the credibility when you enter the market in your area. I'm really glad that the slides moved on then because it's gone off my little page at the bottom. I was thinking, oh no, the show goes on. Okay. So step number 5, look at us racing through it, 20 minutes in. Buy your equipment and ingredients and start baking, right? So you're ready to start baking and selling your products, but do you have everything you need in your kitchen? So here's a quick outline of where to buy equipment and ingredients. Now, this is a big one. Equipment can be very tempting, right? It can feel so exciting to go out and purchase an entire kitchen's worth of equipment, right? But when you're starting out, I recommend taking it easy so your startup costs aren't too high. And you can always purchase more equipment later on once you start earning some money in your business. So to get started, make a list of the necessary equipment and work out what you don't have. Then visit some homeware stores or larger chains like Kmart and Spotlight because they normally have got good prices and sales on, and get what you need that way. Now, in terms of ingredients, finding a reliable supplier to source your ingredients in bulk will cut down your costs and ensure you've always got quality ingredients to bake with. So I'd recommend purchasing dry ingredients in bulk from a supplier with your ABN. So you'll be a wholesaler, you'll get it at a much better price than you would from Coles and Woolies or the local health food shop. And then your other ingredients like your butter, eggs, honey, veggies, try and source those from a local supplier. In bulk, again, you'll get a better deal, or health food shops or supermarkets. Organizing your equipment and ingredients is the final action you need to take to set up your business. With everything in place, you've got your business registered, your supply chain sorted, your stockists ready to sell, and your marketing attracting customers. you'll be ready to start baking and making your first sale. Insert celebratory emoji. All right. Does this all sound a bit overwhelming? How funny is that picture of me? Looking good there. Looking good. If you think it sounds too difficult to accomplish on your own, don't worry. It is difficult, right? You can always look for help to make life easier on yourself and increase your chances of success. And that's why a Primal Alternative license or the Primalista license comes with so many resources and support to help and guide you with every single step of that journey. So let's look at the Primalista journey. We can help you set up your business, give you the recipes, provide marketing and sales training and templates, and give you a list of suppliers and stockists to source ingredients and sell your products, which means you can enjoy a reliable, steady income, which could be incredible for your lifestyle and overall happiness, right? I've never had a Primalista fail to make a sale, and 75% of them achieve that milestone within their first month of being open for business. Tackles that. So quick, right? To give you an idea of what you can expect when you become a Primalista, I thought you might like to hear from a couple of them yourself. So let's listen to Primalista Rosie. Oh, really? Oh, right. Let's try that again. I don't think I've got it turned on to share the sound. So I'm just going to turn her up and we'll grab it through the mic. Okay. Start again because this is good.
I alternative more than 5.5 years ago. During that time, I've made Primal Alternative part of my lifestyle in a couple of different ways. I've worked on Primal Alternative several days per week and made up to $5,000 profit per month. I've more recently made Primal Alternative my secondary stream of income alongside another part-time job. I've really loved that Primal Alternative has allowed me to stay home doing something I love while allowing me to grow some skills in business and connecting me with a group of like-minded women, the rest of the Primal Alternative community, who are a majorly understated bonus of the Primal Alternative business model. Primal Alternative has provided me with a reliable and steady and flexible form of income, which has been incredible for my lifestyle and my happiness overall.
All right. Turn the microphone back around again. I hope you heard that. Was that better? Heard that all right there. Sorry about that. Okay, I think we got there in the end. Oh, hang on, I'll have to turn her up as well. Let's hear from the gorgeous Primalista Nerily.
We're at Kingsway Community Markets today, and I get to come here every fortnight because this is my side gig that I do. I'm also a teacher. This is my other great love. I love meeting new people. I love seeing people that are already known. It's just fantastic meeting people who can't eat certain foods and their face lights up saying, oh my goodness, I can eat everything here.
Oh, now what's happening? It's live.
I love it. It's a real buzz.
I purchased some of the Primal Alternative products. My favourite one is the low carb granola. I call it my happy food. It's the low carb granola. It's peanut butter, lots of nuts, lots of seeds. The low carb bit is really attractive, but the flavour's just awesome.
The day before my markets, I do all my baking and it works beautifully. My kids are able to be picked up still. I'm able to spend time with them and yeah, it just works really well.
I like it because it's all gluten-free and I've been gluten-free for a long time, looking for an alternative that has other health benefits as well. And I know what I'm putting into my body doesn't contain refined sugars and those sorts of things as well. So it tastes amazing. People who eat gluten don't know or don't complain, let's say, because I always make sure that they know.
We have some allergies to almonds in my family, and if you actually go to most of the supermarkets and you have a look at the granola that's available, it might say berries and cranberries on the front packet, which But if you turn it around and have a look, there's usually almonds in it. And unfortunately, that's an allergy in our family. So as soon as I found one that didn't have almonds, I tried it, loved it, and now I won't turn back. I stumbled upon Primal Alternatives, my way of eating. I've always lived the same way that Primal Alternative promotes. And I stumbled across it. I thought, where have you been? How have I not known about this? And as soon as I started looking into it, I thought, this is exactly me, and this is something I'm passionate about. I love baking. I love caring for other people and being able to provide for them healthy things. So it was a no-brainer. I just had to do it.
Oh, I love that video. I just really love how, you get to see what it's like at an actual market. We've had another video done recently of a Primalista in Denmark, which is where I am in Western Australia, going into the stockists there, which is really, really cool. So Beck, you came across Primal Alternative through Quirky Cooking, and so did Nerily, who was the Primalista on the last video. She was like, how have I not known about this? So cool. So I've got like literally dozens of success stories from other primalistas, and some of them are on the website. You get the point, right? These women were in a similar position to where you are now. They wanted to start their own business, but they just weren't sure how to exactly go about it. And then they found Primal Alternative. They fell in love with the yummy, healthy recipes and the simple, proven approach to building a successful baking business. And they're now earning money baking food from their kitchen, which is super, super cool. All right.
Sorry, Helen, I have to go into work now. I'll watch the rest later. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelley. See ya.
Bye.
How come We'll never worry about it. Never mind. Okay, so what you must do if you want to grow your side hustle into a full-time business. So a side hustle is more than just a stream of income. It's also the new job security, and that's from Forbes. And whether you are a mum who wants to earn some extra income in your free time, maybe you're semi-retired, you kind of wanted to wind things down, but you're not fully reached that financial freedom number for your retirement just yet, or you're looking for a career change or a side hustle, it's a great way to turn your love for real food into a living. And if you know what you're doing and you put in the hard work, something that starts as a side hustle could quickly transform into a full-time business, like it did for Rosie. That provides a better life for you and your family. Now, not only would that mean that a successful business means you would get paid to do something you love every day, but it would also enable you to be your own boss. You could choose your own hours. You wouldn't have to nip off to work like Shelley is. Never need to decide or ask permission to take a break, and never miss a social commitment or important family moment because of work. So most of our primalistas with kids, they take off the school holidays. They have 10 weeks school annual leave a year. I've just come off a break of 2.5 months. I took the whole of the summer off, school holidays with the family, with the kids, my family flying in from the UK. It was amazing. So I'm feeling so like refreshed, restored. We've been down to the beach heaps, caught up with friends, eating good food. Amazing. So much more fun than working for the man in a corporate job. And growing a side hustle into a full-time business, it really is possible. But it's going to take time, and it will take hard work on your behalf. And there are two non-negotiable aspects of business that you really need to get right in order to accomplish this. And they are an in-demand product. So we touched on this a bit before about, baking cakes and, time versus how much you can make and all that kind of thing. And your products need to be both high quality and in demand. And if you have an idea of what you want to bake, you could conduct some market research to ensure there's a strong demand for the product. And once you can be sure there's a market, you need to perfect your product so it stands out from the competition. Of course, the easiest way to do this is to sell products from an already established brand, so that you know it's going to work, such as Primal Alternative. And our products are healthy, they're delicious, and already have an established market. In fact, 100% of primalistas say there is definitely a market for Primal Alternative products. And secondly, loyal customers. If you want a successful bake from home business, loyal customers are crucial. And it's better to first focus on building up a strong base of regular customers rather than try to sell as many products as you can, right? Because the more customers you can get who incorporate your product into their regular diet, the higher your chance of success, because repeat business will help provide steady sales even when the economy hits a rough patch. And one of the best things about becoming a Primalista is that you can tap into an existing market to sell your products. Plus, with a range of yummy, healthy recipes that are suitable for people with allergies and intolerances, Primal Alternative foods are suitable for vegan, paleo, low carb, low FODMAP, and grain and wheat-free diets. We have high demand for our products despite this high inflationary times and the high cost of living. You'll be able to take orders as soon as you're set up. So, how do you choose the right baking equipment for your business? Like, a common mistake of bake from home business owners is they spend too much money up front on shiny new equipment. And I'm not saying you shouldn't invest some money to ensure you've got an adequate setup, like you should. And it's a smart idea to start small and have a lean startup and add more pieces as you go. The truth is, if you can have the right recipes, you can bake delicious cafe, restaurant quality food from your own kitchen without needing top of the line commercial equipment. But it's a smart idea to start small and add more pieces as you go. A clever way to reduce your upfront costs is to narrow down the variety of products you start with. So that means you're going to need fewer pieces of equipment. And then as you begin to earn money, you can expand your range and buy necessary tools to bake more products. The exact equipment you're going to need for your business will depend on the type of food you are baking. To give you an idea, here is a list of equipment I recommend for our new Primalistas and how much each, and give you an idea of, like, it's not very much, right? So you're going to need an oven, and whether you've got a 600 oven or a 900 oven, it doesn't matter. You can fit the same amount of product in there. You're going to need an apron and a hairnet, which I gift. Aprons, organic, you saw Nerily wearing hers, organic fair trade, organic cotton aprons that are personalized with your name and state on them. It's like being on MasterChef. You're going to need a mixer. So whatever you currently mix your cakes with now, that's good enough. You can even use a bowl and a spoon. You're going to need a spatula, tins, trays, baking paper, cooling racks, fly nets, packaging, labels, and barcodes. So I also offer guidance to new Primalistas for the best suppliers for their labels, packaging, and ingredients so they get the best price. All of our labels are already done, and they're all Food Standard Australia, New Zealand compliant. And that's one job you really need to get right, because there are hefty fines, like up to $60,000 if you have misleading labels or inaccurate labels. It's pretty scary, right? And barcodes, you need to buy a license to use barcodes, and any stockist these days will want you to have barcodes so they can scan the products at the checkout. That's going to cost you about $800 a year, and that's something Primalistas never have to worry about because they get barcodes with their Primalista license. And barcodes, as I said, are essential for shops, but also for your customers if they want to scan the products into things like MyFitnessPal to track macros and nutrients in various fitness apps. So very cool to have. All right, this is interesting. I'm not sure why this is here. Okay, right. Keep going, H. So for a limited time, Primalistas who sign up will receive a Primal Alternative Baking Business Starter Kit, right? And that's to help you reduce your startup costs. It's to help you have that lean startup that I keep banging on about. So in your Baking Business Starter Kit, it includes a Primal Alternative Organic Fair Trade apron with your name and state embroidered on it, 6 Primal Alternative loaf tins, 200 compostable cellophane bags for our pizza, bread, and cookie recipes, and 190 personalized product labels, That's slightly changed from there. I'll need to change that slide, but it's 190. And all combined together, that's a value of $430 and enough to make your first $3,000 worth of orders. You also get a one-on-one business coaching session with me, which is worth $220, and that's free. That's a bonus. So it's not like you have to pay, extra $900 for that. That comes as a bonus for a limited time of Primalistas who join. They'll get that kit. So other costs to consider for your startup, you're going to need a food business registration with your local council, it varies council to council, but on average, it's around $500. That's a once-off setup fee. And then there's an annual renewal, which is usually a fraction of the cost of the setup, around $120. So let's say $10 a month. Check with your local council. Your insurance, your product and public liability insurance, which I mentioned before, that's about $50 a month. So what that means is that it makes a bake from home business a very low startup, and you're never going to have to worry about the stresses of rent or staff or having to be open at a certain time. Like so many people I speak to on Primalista calls. It's been over 1,000 people that I've spoken to now over the years. A lot of people want to have a dream of opening a cafe, but the reality of it is too hard, right? Especially if you want to have a life outside of it. You don't want to be at the coffee shop from 6 a.m., 6 days a week, and worrying about staff and rates and all of that. You're already feeling like, oh, right, just thinking about it. So we're coming to the end now of the session. But I did want to talk to you about the most common mistakes of new business owners. And this is in general. So starting a new business, it's a really exciting journey, but it's also really challenging, right? And sadly, too many new business owners fail to perform their due diligence and they quickly run into trouble. In fact, according to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, more than 60% of all new business owners shut up shop in the first 3 years. So what are the most common mistakes of new business owners and how can you avoid them so that your business doesn't end up on the scrap heap? Scrap heap. So let's take a look so you can steer clear of the costly errors and keep yourself on the path to success. So one of the main reasons that new businesses fail is that they're going it alone. They don't seek help when they need it, and instead they try to cover every area of business themselves. And this leads to expensive mistakes, which can cost them their dream. Finding other people who can offer guidance and advice will help you enormously when you start a business. And that's why I provide so many resources for every new Primalista, from delicious recipes, baking demonstration videos, supplier and stockist information, marketing templates, sales training, even one-on-one coaching sessions. It means you're never alone when you're starting out and you can steer clear of mistakes and implement proven strategies to help grow your business. The second reason people fail is that they fail to plan. Now, we touched on this in point number 1, right? Come up with a plan. And it's very important because it can save you a lot of trouble down the line. In fact, it's far more difficult and more costly to make substantial changes to your business 6 months after you register it. Okay, so come up with a clear plan for your business before you register it, including what you intend to bake, who your target market is, the number of hours you want to put in, what your budget is. A thorough business plan is going to be the lighthouse. It's going to be the direction you're heading in. You can't steer an unmoving car. You need to know where you're going. You need to have that plan, right? And Primalistas get access to a really cool resource called My Business Blueprint, which is an 18-page PDF which walks you through building your business plan. Before I make offers to new Primalistas, we always do our due diligence with regards to planning. We're going to look at your time, how much you want to earn, and check there are enough potential stockists for your business in your area. And finally, the third reason is pricing your products incorrectly. This mistake is really common, especially for bake from home businesses, and it's understandable because it's a really tricky subject. Price your products too high, you're going to scare away potential customers, and price them too low, and it could see you losing money instead of turning a profit. And it's exactly the mistake that I made when I first started out, when I sold my first batch of almond meal bread. And I thought, oh, $7 a loaf sounds about right. And I was so proud that I'd sold everything. And when my husband came back, he said, how much did it cost you to make them? And I was like, I don't know. Who cares? I sold them all. Anyway, it turned out that it cost me $7.10 to make those loaves. So I sold at a loss. So you don't want to do that. And, pricing is really personal. And as health advocates, we feel guilty about charging for something that we love. In fact, I see many foodies start and quickly exit food businesses because they don't charge enough or they don't know their cost of goods sold. They don't know that it's a special equation that you need to know to nail your pricing. And it can be really tricky to know what price to set. And that's why I've consulted with costing specialists and I've tested the market for over 10 years. And I know that we're getting the price right. That means that I can give each new Primalista pricing guidelines that's going to enable them to set the optimal price for each product. So they're going to maximize their profit. So thank you for watching this info session. Hopefully you found the information helpful. Fingers crossed. And if you do take the plunge and decide to start your own baking business, I truly hope your journey is as fulfilling and successful as mine has been and for many of the Primalistas, because with the right support, the sky can be the limit. And if you want to find out more information about becoming a Primalista and how you can get the recipes, tools, and techniques that you need for success, then I would love to have a chat with you. All you need to do is to get in touch with me for a free Primalista call. The calls are super fun and casual. We'll discuss your goals for a freedom-based business, and we'll outline exactly what you need to do to get your business off the ground. We'll also go over the membership options so you can choose the most suitable one for your budget and your lifestyle. And we'll reveal how you could grow your side hustle into a full-time business that could earn you up to $5,000 every month. And that's based on how many products you need to bake and how much time you need to put in. And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, then go ahead and book a call with me. If you head to primalalternative.com/call, if you're watching the replay, there'll be a button underneath this video to make it easy for you to go ahead. Oh my goodness, those brownies look so delicious. I'm getting hungry. It's nearly lunchtime here in Western Australia. So just as a reminder, here's just a fraction of what you get as a Primalista. So you get the license to sell a much loved brand and product. The Primal Alternative brand is loved and respected by industry leaders and influencers alike, which gives you an established market to sell to straight away. You'll get access to a supportive community of like-minded Primalistas. 97% of Primalistas say the Primal Alternative community is non-competitive and it's super supportive, with everyone dedicated to helping each other succeed. You get full support setting up your freedom-based business. We'll help you with registration, connect you with suppliers, provide sales training and more, everything you need to grow a super successful business. You'll get simple videos for recipes for delicious food that people love. You'll be baking scrumptious and healthy breads, pizza bases, quirky cooking pastry, cookies, granolas, this amazing brownie, which we do in collaboration with Alex Stewart. And 96% of Primalistas say the recipes are super easy to follow. You'll get a complete marketing strategy to grow your business. You'll receive comprehensive marketing training, techniques, and templates that you can use to attract a crowd of new customers and rapidly grow your business. So go ahead and book your call now and find out how you could start a successful business baking delicious, healthy whole food in your own kitchen. You'll receive guidance every step of the way and could be making your first sale within a month. Now, don't be afraid. If you feel like you don't have what it takes to succeed in business, Don't be afraid. The Primalistas and I will support you every step of the way and guide you when you're unsure about something. So rather than suffer through the sleepless nights most people associate with starting a new venture, you can simply enjoy this life-changing journey as you build a successful business from the ground up. So there's me. Book a call. Like I mentioned, the calls are super chill. It'll just be a case of finding out what you're looking for. I can answer any questions that you've got. The calls are super limited. I only have 13 hours in the diary a week. I have a couple of Primalistas, Manda and Ash, who do put a couple of hours in to help me. But yeah, times are limited. So make sure you click and get a time that works best for you. Now, I'm super transparent. I don't like to, leave anything not on the table. So there's three payment options for a Primalista license. There's an upfront payment where you can pay $5,497 upfront and save $500. Or there's the pay in four option of 1499, which kind of breaks it down but gets it out the way. Or the most flexible, which is the payment plan of 497 a month for 12 months. Additionally, there's an ongoing monthly membership fee of $130. So that's in lieu of a royalty. So to put it in perspective, it's just $145 a week for the first year, and then it's only $30 a week after that. There's normally an additional joining fee of $1,000, which is presently waived, and all prices are in Australian dollars. So on average, our Primalistas earn anywhere from $1,500 to $5,000 a month, which would take them about 1 to 6 months to pay back their initial investment and start earning an income cooking healthy baked goods from home. All right, so become a Primalista. You've had the 5 steps. The next 5 easy steps are book a call, have a chat, choose the membership option that suits you, kickstart your freedom-based business from home, and enjoy that lifestyle that you're dreaming of. Here's that link, primalalternative.com/call. And the door prize winner is the lovely Beck. Beck, congratulations. You are the door prize winner today. I would love you if you could please send an email to info@primalalternative.com. So info@primalalternative.com with your full name, address, email, and phone number. And I will put your order in with one of our delightful Primalistas who will bake for you and either hand deliver or post that out to you. So yeah, the contact details are there for the Primalista to get in touch with you, not for me to spam you with any sales calls. So don't worry about that. But thank you so much for showing up live today, my live attendees, and also the people watching the recording. I hope this has answered lots of questions for you. The next step is to book a call with me or one of our Primalistas. Thank you so much for your time and enjoy the rest of your day.